Happy 4th of July, everyone. Good Wednesday morning to you. It's Eric here with a quick video blog to bring you up to date on the weather today. If you are celebrating the holiday, it involves the outdoors. You want to pay attention because we've got some things to talk about today, the heat and the possibility of some storms as well. And we'll talk about the fireworks forecast here momentarily. First things first, the entire television viewing area is now under a heat advisory. This was issued by both the Cleveland and Pittsburgh National Weather Service offices. This heat advisory will go into effect early this afternoon and stay in effect until early this evening. It turns into an excessive heat warning down in southern Ohio, including Columbus, where it'll be even hotter than it will be locally today. Now, our radar this morning is quiet, just like it was yesterday morning, and it's going to stay that way for the next handful of hours. Then things may change a little bit as we get into the afternoon today. I think things are going to start to play out this afternoon, kind of like they did yesterday. You know, yesterday, some places just stayed bright and sunny and rain-free the entire day. Some places had some fairly ferocious, slow-moving thunderstorms that produced some damage and some localized flooding problems. This was especially the case in Trumbull County yesterday. Now, will the same areas get hit today? It's hard to say. You know, it's going to be one of those situations where some places will get a heavy storm, some places won't. And a handful of hours ahead of time, it's almost impossible to say where exactly these are going to decide to pop up. Here's a look at our high-res futurecast for this afternoon. Now, don't pay too much attention to the exact location that it has the cells over, because this will surely be wrong to some degree. But pay attention to the overall idea here, the overall kind of spatial distribution of these thunderstorms. You can see they're going to be kind of widely scattered. And just like yesterday, they're not going to move much once they pop until they kind of rain themselves out. They're just going to kind of hang out over the same spot because there's almost no wind to steer these things along in the atmosphere. You know, typically when you get up to 10, 15,000 feet, the wind's blowing very briskly. But overhead today, just like yesterday, there's almost no wind. So these things the updrafts will form, rain will fall, and it'll take a little while for the storm to kind of rain itself out, and that may take 15 minutes, it may take 45 minutes. But again, these are going to be really hit or miss or widely scattered. A lot of us will be in the miss category. Now we have a parade this afternoon. We've got all sorts of things going on outside in the afternoon today. But for the fireworks this evening in downtown Youngstown, I think we're dry. Here's a look at the map at 10 o'clock this evening when the fireworks should be underway, and no rain around at this point, and it is going to be warm. Let me bring up the temperatures at 10 o'clock this evening, and I'll show you that after a high temperature today, probably around 92, at 10 o'clock this evening, it'll probably be about 78 to 80 and very, very muggy. Another thing to keep in mind is that the smoke from fireworks will probably hang out for a while this evening because there's no wind to steer it along. A little bit of an inversion as well will trap some of that down near the ground. So look for a lot of haze around downtown Youngstown this evening. Those heat index values will skyrocket today. This might end up being the most uncomfortable day of this entire stretch. Kind of like yesterday, maybe even a degree or two higher as far as the heat index goes today. I wouldn't be surprised if some local heat index values touched 100 this afternoon. So just, common sense applies. If you're going to be celebrating the holiday outdoors, make sure you're staying in the shade. Make sure you're staying hydrated. If you're going to be exerting yourself outdoors today for any reason, really, really load up on the water. Stay away from the alcohol if you're going to be out in the sun, and especially if you're going to be, kind of exerting yourself a little bit. If you're going to be out on a boat on a lake today, if you're going to be sitting in the sun all day, I know it's tempting to have a few beers, but that's not the best thing for you when you're going to be sitting out in the 92-degree heat with heat index values approaching 100 degrees. So again, common sense applies. Make sure your pets, if they're outdoors, have plenty of shade and plenty of water as well. I'll be in the studio this afternoon. It's just a regular Wednesday for me. I'll bring you up to date on what's going on in the radar. I'll be in around 2 o'clock this afternoon and have full updates this evening on 21 News at 6 and 11 and throughout the day on the Storm Tracker 21 app and here on social media.